This is All Hitches, the Nova Football Podcast.
Yo, tune in, lock in, it's the All Hitches show. Dash and Dan on the mic, let the Nova tales flow. From the booth to the field, we hitch up the truth. All Hitches podcast, drop the beat, here's the proof. Dash and Dan in the cut, bringing heat to the game.
All right, welcome back to All Hitches, Nova's #1 football podcast. Coach Mason, we got a very special edition of All Hitches tonight.
A very special episode, 80s style, right?
Yes, and this you play the somber music. In this special episode, Arnold, shop
or is it more about like a crossover episode where like
we're
like, who's at the door? It's Mr. T, everybody.
Right. Remember the very special episodes were always like sad. In this episode, Joe and Blair get caught shoplifting.
Yes, I do remember that. Nancy Reagan shows up and tells Arnold to just say no.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
or I'm gonna say it and remember it. The bike shop episode.
Don't bring up Dudley in the bike shop. Come on, man. And anyone out there who knows if you've gone a step too far, you don't bring up Dudley in the bike shop. But which, by the way, that was the Maytag repairman. That was
Mr. Carlson.
Mr. Carlson.
Yes.
He was the bike shop owner. Now, I'll tell you what, Philip Drummond wanted to set him straight.
Yes, he did.
I never seen Conrad Bain look so tough. Oh, man, good stuff. Well, speaking of tough, and excited to announce this, a tough coach, tough schedule, tough schedule next year. Yeah. St. James and D.O. joining us tonight. We're really excited about this one.
Yeah, and stay tuned for a very special announcement there during the interview.
There could be a special announcement made, but you got to listen to the whole interview.
I'll listen to the whole interview.
Yeah, buddy. I'll tell you what. Dio's always full of surprises, and I think this is going to be a good one.
Yes, it will be.
It'll be a good one. Talking about scheduling for next year. Oh, you thought it maybe just Mater Dei? That man's got other fish to fry too.
Yeah.
You talk about other teams maybe he wants to add. You talk about the whole kit and caboodle.
Yeah.
He's got it all. He's going to talk about it all, and we're the ones that are going to have it first.
He's going to need a bigger boat.
You're right. It's a Jaws reference, right?
Yeah.
We're going to need a bigger boat. He's going to need a bigger boat.
Yeah. And
it's going to be a good interview. I think everyone's going to enjoy this one.
Yeah. So
sit back, relax, get your coffee. I hope you're using the right mug too. Get your coffee, your tea, whatever it is you drink. Sit back, feet up, turn the volume to 11. Right? It's one notch past 10.
Yes.
And enjoy. All right. Take it away. All right, here we go. We got Coach D.O. joining us. First year, a success with St. James Strivers. Coach, welcome aboard.
Man, how y'all doing, man? Glad to be here. Again, appreciate you guys, all you do. Anything I can do always, man. Appreciate you.
No, it's great you came on. So I guess we'll kind of get into it. What a fantastic season you had this year. I mean, I don't think anybody expected for you guys to come out the gates like you did. Everyone's wondering how you do against top-notch competition. You came out and you guys, went down to Florida, went all the way around the country to play some of the best teams around. So just looking back at the season, what are some things that really, that you were confident were going to happen? What are some things that kind of surprised you? Like, what were those two things?
Well, I mean, again, like you said, it was interesting because we had to kind of pull the team together with a bunch of moving parts. Like, you may have had a kid for 3 weeks and then he was gone because he couldn't, make the travel or something. So just kind of going into a season without a consistent off season was the first time I've had to do that in a long time, because not that we weren't consistently working, because we were, but the pieces were always changing. Yeah. And again, that may be because of travel. One of our better players, he didn't even move here until, probably 3 weeks before the season started. So, I think that part of it was interesting, but it also let me know we was doing things right because, again, we were working no matter who was there. I think I also learned that I learned what our niche is in this private school sector, where we don't have to get all the 5-star players and 4-star guys, right? That we can get 3 stars, or maybe guys that have no stars, but just haven't had the exposure, right? And coach them up and put them on a big stage, and things kind of go differently. I've been saying this in my exit meetings. I've been having exit meetings with all my families the past 2 weeks, right? And the appreciation, I was really good at Hayfield and Freedom, had a lot of success. And I've told my families, I couldn't provide what I've been able to provide these kids at St. James this first year, either of those places, me and this, right? Like the competition in practice daily and the people you have to go against in practice. Jeff, Juju, going all the way back to AJ, all the kids I've had, they were the best kids, right? Like at most high schools, right? And all of us are coaches around this area in a public school. So you got to kind of motivate them to be the best and do those things. Where in this setting, right, you can't afford to miss because the next guy can play, right? And he can take your spot. And then in practice, you do have to prove yourself because it's not a scout team full of kids that don't play both sides. It's the starting defense, right? And then it's the guys that try to get in on the starting defense. So that part of it was new in a good way. And I was like, wow, this is crazy, the competition. And then I've had the last 2 weeks, and I've been able to go watch some good high school football in our area, right? I got a lot of guys that played with me, for me, got to watch guys that I've coached at, whether it be Hayfield, other places. And I just recognize also that we were playing a totally different game of football. And Mason, you've said it when you talked about where you come from, right? Like, and then I got to see it. Like we played a totally different level of football than even what I was doing last year. And there's a niche and a place. Doesn't make one more important than the other. Not saying that. Not saying there's not good football players at all levels everywhere, because there are. But again, right, you don't run into where we came from, a secondary like we did. Like we played TFA, and one's going to Oregon, Nebraska, Tennessee, Wake Forest, and Penn State. And they got a D lineman going to Clemson, right, on the high school field, or the receivers going to Alabama, and the other receivers going to Pitt, or St. Francis, right, where a guy going to Texas A&M, Alabama, Penn State, Ohio State, all on the field, and Auburn at the same time. The Hunt School, right? They got a 6'6" defensive end that looks like he plays in the NFL right now, right? Like, so that part of it was a good thing, and a good challenge. But again, we learned a lot, appreciate a lot. Again, like you said, the success we had, I feel great about it. But we also, my coaches, we coached, right? So I think we found our niche. Like, we don't need all the big name kids all the time. We just need kids that trying to aspire to be that, and we can coach and get them there. Because again, you guys saw us. Our kids didn't look like everybody else's kids. We talk about body size and everything, right? But we were able to compete and play and win some games. So very appreciative for that.
Yeah, Coach. Again, congrats on a great season. I almost look at it like it's you're going to have 2 season ones. You're going to have season 0, which you just had. You just finished season 0, because like an expansion team almost, right? Like those don't happen very often when you have to start from the ground up.
Yeah.
Now it's kind of the first normal year 1.
Yeah.
So what are the differences for you? And was it in February, March? My memory's terrible when it started.
Yeah, so in February I was named, but I think we had the evaluation, like you said, at the end of March, right before spring break,
right,
and then everything was downhill from there. So like you said, no real off season.
So like as you prepare now, what's the big difference now compared to where you were, a few weeks into the offseason when you first got hired? Were you thinking then compared to what you're thinking now?
Well, last year I was trying to figure out who was going to play for me. At least now, we got some players. And like you said, kind of being an academy, what's a great thing is, the guys kind of lift from 12 to 2. And then we have position training, just individual position training to kind of fine tune the technique, fundamentals of stuff. So that's a huge plus. I don't have to count green days. So every day is a green day, literally. So I'm excited about that, and that part. And then when you talk about development, what I've learned, a lot of parents appreciate that. Only thing different now is we are aspiring to have two teams. So.
Wow.
Because again, we want to kind of make sure we have opportunities for everyone all the way across.
Oh, that's really cool. So kind of going back to the level of competition you're playing at, I told Dash, I told him, I said the difference is, and seeing up front, I'll go back to, we got ready to play a team that had played Mater Dei the week before, so we had Mater Dei film, and we were watching the film, and we watched a slip screen, and we watched this kid blow this kid up. And we're like, where'd that kid come from? We're trying to figure out. It was the nose guard, and I tell people all the time, I was like, those teams at elite level, it's not the skill guys, because you can find skill guys, it's up front. And they're not just big kids. They're big athletic kids. Like you like, okay, well, I got a big kid, but if he can't move, you're in trouble. So I mean, did you see that as well? Like with those elite teams, it was the athleticism they have up front. I mean, that's at least what I saw. I wasn't sure what you saw as well.
Same thing, as you say, always the trenches, for sure, right? Always make a difference, no matter where you are. And again, I felt like we were solid in our trenches. I do think when you talk about skill guys, right? A good skill guy is a big difference. When we have, Cardinal District, first team all district, and they got a guy going to Alabama, right? There's a difference, right? And I think you even see it at college football.
Yeah.
Some teams have great offensive lines, right? But when you got explosive playmakers, that's how you score. You got to figure out ways. And TFA, the quarterback, good God Almighty, the boy was fast as lightning as he was quick, right? So you're right. The trenches, I definitely saw a difference. But again, I think the skill guys still for our team. I don't feel like we were ever outmanned in the trenches this year. I felt like we lost some battles, on the perimeter and stuff. Again, not that we lost them all, but we lost. They only lost one game, right?
Yeah.
We were able to stand in front of almost everybody. We weren't pushed around easily. I was worried about that until we played the Hun School. And I was like, well, hell, they look like retired superheroes. If we can stay in front of them, if we can stay in front of them, it can't be a team bigger than this team. So after I saw that, I took a deep breath, and we just worked on getting better. I think the other thing I would tell you that I had to learn, right, like with the last 6 years, I could pretty much call plays 1, 2, 3. In the fourth play, if I wanted to, we could score, right? So now as a play caller, right, you kind of got to go back to the mindset being okay with getting 4 yards, 3 yards. You know what I mean? So I would say that was a transition for me, right, in a good way as a play caller. Because shoot, like you said, the last 4 or 5 years, we've been able to score, like you said, every 4 plays they ain't going near. So again, it also reinforced some things that we do well as a staff. And then again, it kind of got us back into that mode when you're calling plays, right? And doing that, and kind of to touch on what you guys were joking about. I don't care if it's this football, new school, old school, you got to be able to stop power, right? It don't matter if it's quarterback power, if it's running back power, if it's, empty, you got to be able to stop power. So football is football.
But so I guess I'll tell you right now, a lot of coaches we talk to are really complimentary of you in particular. They're like, D.O. can coach. D.O. they're like, you can say what you want to, but he can coach. And I'd imagine it might have gotten your juices flowing a little more, where all of a sudden now you have to start playing chess again, right? Before you were just like, oh, I'll call this, I'll call that, and I get this. They got a gump over here. This will be easy. I can get that whenever I want it. As opposed to now, you actually have to go with the bag of tricks, right? You actually had to look at the play sheet and make sure you're on schedule, and you had to self scout yourself, because you're like, if I get in a rhythm, or if I get in a certain pattern, because these coaches can coach as well, they might be able to shut me down. I mean, I'd imagine you probably had a little fun with that, right? Being able to go back in the lab a little bit and have to actually develop.
Absolutely, like you said, it was a good adjustment in a good way, but definitely. right? And again, it was fun though, right?
Yeah.
You didn't have the best person every play, right? So you had to do things with formation, my offensive staff. We had to create a lot of our mismatches, through alignment, right? Or try to get the other group to miss a sign, right? So that was, again, it was awesome. And again, it's why me, right, as the head guy, but our staff, while we played, the people we played first year, like it was a challenge to everybody.
Yeah. Well, even on the defensive side, right? Like Jeff on the defensive side had to keep you guys some games. Like there were games that they had I mean, and those they had some dudes over there. It wasn't like he was like holding down, a bunch of guys who weren't going to be playing on Saturdays. He had to
And
hold.
that was the
Yeah,
Hun game. I think that was was
yeah,
that the low scoring one?
yeah, quite a
Yeah,
few.
well, it ended up being high scoring. It would just be teetered like at that,
Yeah,
like that 21-7 or
For a while,
14-7
right? That's
for
right.
a long time.
Right. Yeah.
But St. Thomas more too. Defense kept that game very close in Connecticut for us.
That might be the
And
one I was thinking of
yeah,
actually.
it's the St. Thomas More one, and then TFA in Florida as well. Like defense, we started hot, but then we sputtered, and then defense kind of was getting picked on. But then they got like 3 turnovers in 3 minutes, which allowed us to get back in
yeah,
the game. So again, just football, kind of like when you watch NFL football, right? And you
yeah.
say the game gonna come down to the last 3 minutes in a regular game, right? So you kind of enjoy that. It felt good.
So one of the big differences I've been wondering is the administrative stuff, like bus rides, right? Like we all know how it works here in the county, right? Whether it's Prince William, whether it's Fairfax. The big difference is, I mean, now you're talking about traveling to Florida, talking about California, like that. You got to be pulling your hair out, right? I mean, how much of that are you? Because we're just talking about X's and O's and game planning and all that, but at least we know, I mean, the DSA, like, how does it change? What's the difference between the way it is set up in the high school level and the way you guys have it set up there for all these things?
Well, to be honest, it's totally different. Like you said, this role, and I say this in my meetings, the visits, is more like being a college coach at like an FCS or a D2 program, right? Like, because I'm aware of all the financial, like, I got to know, like, hey, this your travel budget, right? You already went to Puerto Rico for 5 days, right? You know what I mean? So, all that's a learning thing, as far as as I go. So, it's different. Also, like you said, there's no cutting no corners. Like the kids get the best of the best, right? Like we don't ever ride a school bus, and we have school buses, right? It's a charter bus, whether we go on the games. You saw we did a lot of practices in the community, whether we go into 7-on-7s, and the guys are always taken care of. Like we've kind of adopted that motto, like we feed them no matter what, after they do stuff. So there's always somebody there, parents there, St. James, somebody feeding them everywhere we go. But like you said, the whole traveling of the logistics, and to be honest, a lot of our coaches could do it, right? It's the ADs that get in the way, or the governing bodies that say, "Oh no, you can't do that, you can't do this." So that really wasn't difficult. And to be honest, I think because I have such a background with the youth, right? PME, I've been having to coordinate travel, whether it be 7-on-7 tackle, but it was fun, to be honest. And it got me a operations team and an assistant, right? So no doubt I wasn't doing it by myself, right? So it worked out well.
So you were probably more involved in it because of the nature of it at this level than you were at the high school level, even though this level was more involved.
Absolutely, by
That's it.
far.
All right, so I got to ask you this. This is one that everyone had been asking me when they knew that we were talking to you today. What's the plan? Because a lot of people here, I mean, we don't have this. You're the first of this kind of, thing going on in Northern Virginia. What's the next step for when you're building a program? People know about IMG. People know about these big schools, Mater Dei, but they don't know how they get these players, right, from all over. They don't know how the kid from Canada or Texas ends up at, IMG. So what's the plan for St. James to go out and attract kids from somewhere here, Texas, Ohio, wherever? How does that work?
I got bad news for everybody. I don't want a bunch of kids from Texas and Ohio. I want all the kids right here in the DMV.
Okay,
Right? I feel like
there you go.
I don't feel like that's our niche. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I'm not, trying to do that. I'm trying to get the kids that's right here that feel like they want to go after the best version of themselves at a place that's going, feed that. Again, I do not think that other coaches don't believe they're doing that or would do that. I feel like governing bodies hold all of us back. Shoot, even teachers every day from doing things that we would do from the heart, right? But again, we don't have that, right? You can come here, your sport can be celebrated. But I want the best kids from this DMV area, not just Northern Virginia. And again, if you're not a 5-star, 4-star, 3-star, but your play says such with your effort and what you've done, we gonna roll with you. We're gonna coach you up, and we're gonna try to go beat some 4-stars and 5-stars like we did this year.
Oh,
Well, I
wow.
mean,
That's big news there. And you said DMV, all parts of Virginia?
Oh, we got kids right now from all parts of Virginia.
You got some guys from the South too, don't you?
Yeah, absolutely. But again, like you said, I think we got enough in DC, Maryland, Northern Virginia, and we got guys coming from Baltimore, Richmond area, Pennsylvania, right, New Jersey. But I don't think we got to have a team full of those.
Right.
I think there's a unique situation to everybody. I also don't feel great, if you're getting kids to move from across the country, like you kind of indebted to them. What if this kid coming, he's better? You know what I mean? So again, I want this to be a DMV thing. I'm okay with kids out of the area for sure, absolutely. But that's not our target base right now.
Okay, that's good. Interesting.
yeah. So actually, the way you brought that up, I mean, you did a really good job. I mean, I'm curious right now because you had kids who don't have any stars right now, and I've already seen them across social media that you've already got them offers. Do you have a count right now? How many you're gonna are you guys gonna have a
So
signing day, and how many do you have right now?
yeah, December 4th
Okay.
is the first signing day, and we have 22 seniors, and right now we got 14 committed.
Wow. That's
Uh,
awesome.
I feel in the bottom of my heart, not the early signing day, then by the one in February, we'll get up to around 18.
That's awesome.
And again, like you said, it's where it's a blessing. And again, it's just it's a different world.
Yeah. I mean, you obviously put in the work. I mean, those kids have come to you who didn't have any offers, and you got them offers. I mean, that's and talking to you. I mean, that seems to always been kind of your focus, right? Trying to get kids an opportunity to play in college, to kind of move to that next level, and then take advantage of whatever opportunity they have from there, right? Whether it's playing possibly in the next level, or at the very least getting a college education.
Absolutely. And again, I think that's what it should be. Again, about bettering yourself as an adult. And I think it's kind of shifted from when you went to school right before you went to college to get a job, right? Like, get a job, make some money. And then for like 10 years, it was cybersecurity. Go to college, do cybersecurity, right? Right.
Yeah.
So now, like, I tell young people, like, go to college and use football, any sport, to do what you love,
Yeah.
right? You don't have to go to Oklahoma. Go to the best engineering school in America, or go to the best graphic design school and use football to do that, right? I think social media makes it about all that other stuff, right? And again, we're going to definitely parade that and celebrate it for sure. But I've always, I've always been a proponent of that. And again, I think it also doubles back to what we say. People are scared to push kids to that point, right? Because again, kids have insecurities about it, and so do us as adults because we all care about letting each other down. I just think that we're just okay with the good, and right? Everybody's not going to go, but shoot, we put our hat in and went all in on everyone, no matter what, and that's all you can do. And again, like you said, so not scared to do that. Again, we're gonna keep, pushing it, like you said.
Yeah.
Guys came, didn't have anything. Number 5 for us, Tease. He came here with nothing but Howard, and Howard University is a great free education. So I don't say that to dismiss it, but now he's up to 17, and he has SEC, ACC, Penn State, Virginia. He's committed to Virginia, Maryland, Nebraska, so on and so forth. And he's just one of the examples. So we're going to continue. Did you lose me?
You're
No,
good.
you're there. We got you.
We're going to continue to, put our best foot forward. with that. And again, that's all it is, man. And again, this environment here lets you and me be coaches.
Yeah.
Just y'all know what I'm talking about, right?
Yeah, no, I got you.
It
Yeah.
lets us be coaches, right? Period. End of discussion. We're not arguing with a receptionist on why the college coach is here at 8:30. Like, what do you mean? That's the time he could come. I don't understand what you want me to say. One thing I laugh about is, being in the academy last year, we had workouts where the college coaches could come. So 48 schools came here.
Wow.
And all of us, right, the coaches come to our schools and we bring our kids down. And all these coaches say, yeah, come to camp, come to camp, come to camp. I'm like, man, the man can't go to 15 camps, right? So saving grace is we were able to camp right in front of them.
That's awesome.
So, that's a big blessing and takes a burden off the kids. Then they can just go to the places that either offer them or genuinely have interest in it.
That's cool.
And you've alluded to it twice already. You made a comment about meeting with the. I know you have the kind of the season ending meeting with the parents. To kind of close things out for the year. Is that all parents? That's the seniors. Is that everyone?
So senior meetings was a month ago. Right? So I got them done because we needed to find out, so we had these tough conversations. Like, Mom, right? This is where he is. He doesn't have this or that. What schools would you like us to reach out to on his behalf? And we'll see what we can do. And, some parents, LSU, Notre Dame, Stanford. I said, Mom, he's 5'5" and he didn't start for us.
Notre Dame.
Right. Like, you don't like Salisbury? Like, no, I don't like Salisbury. I'm like, oh my. So, so I had the senior meetings and then the exit meetings is for everyone else. And it's kind of just a chance for me to recap the season. As you guys know, recap the season for the team, individuals. Then I talk about my expectation for that individual. Next year, we talk about where they are in recruiting. We look at their grades because they didn't went home and lied to their parents for 3 weeks that their grades is good. And then I pulled a report card out like, aha, he's a liar. So, we kind of go over that. And then I let the parents and the kids talk, which is most important. And I tell them, right, anything that may have happened during the year that you felt was wrong by you, language, anything that you didn't understand, right? I want to clear the air. It may not have been me, it may have been a coach, and that's an opportunity to do so. And then, like you said, guys, parents will tell you, well, my son, I think he should be playing quarterback. And I'm like, huh? He played 290, right? But I'll listen and I'll say, okay, So again, just give everybody a chance to be heard.
Yeah, and the reason I was asking, because you also mentioned the indebted thing earlier about the out-of-towners. And so it got me thinking about like one of the biggest, maybe the biggest difference for you is that, right? Like you're bringing in part of the beast, right? Is, the recruiting now, no more administrative stuff in the way, no more admin in the way. You're actually doing what the job is and bringing in new guys and on the competition, right? So that's got to be a tough part of it all, right? Being able to, some of these guys, you're like, hey, I know you came in here, you're a sophomore, you're a junior, whatever the grade might be. And you're like, hey, we might be bringing in another, wide receiver, tight end, whatever. And these guys got to get ready for that. They're not. That's a college thing. They're not used to that so much in high school.
Man, you hit the nail on the head. And again, I talked about that very thing in the exit meetings, right? Like this gets you ready for that. This conversation you would normally have in 4 years from now, and your son would be calling you during fall camp saying, Mom, I don't know if I could do this. I don't know. Right? Now they're going through it now, right? So it sucks because I love some kids and I hate to see them go through it. And they're right. If they were at Hayfield or they were at South County or they were at North Stafford, they would be the absolute clear-cut best player there. But they chose to stay here, right, and compete every day in practice and in the game. So, again, you're 100% correct. I'm trying not to collect kids, right, that I can't use. So I don't plan on doing that. Once we got what we feel comfortable with, whether it be quarterback, running back, receiver, we're going to say, okay, these are the guys we're going with. Anything else is a bonus. And that's kind of why we are definitely going to have the second team And I say second team, not to say they're inferior, but blue-gray, so that, whether it be young guys or whatever, we can have a place for everybody to get meaningful minutes.
Yeah, regional team, right? Essentially. I mean, I think that's a
No,
good idea.
no regional team, blue-gray. So when we go to play Mater Dei, we're trying to go get the other team to play Huntington Beach.
Oh, okay. I like that.
Oh, you
Because
play,
I feel like everybody should still have the same experience.
that's cool.
Because everybody goes to the same school. The experience should be the same.
Right.
Well, that's awesome.
Where's Carson Palmer at? Where's he at?
Santa Margarita.
No, stand away from them.
He was as happy as a clam when he saw that Mason's boys lost in the playoff game.
How am I? Oh, you gotta be kidding.
You saw that clip, right? You see that clip there? That
Yes.
They were like, "Oh, Bosco's out." He was like, "Really?" He was holding back that smile. He was crying.
I did want to ask you about the competition-wise aspect. I think maybe I'd imagine, especially after doing this show, you'll be able to tell them that, right? You'll be like, look, if you're going to come here, you better be ready to compete every day. This is not where, like you said, you're the clear cut, you're the man here, and you can take plays off, you can do things like that, because there's somebody nipping at your heels that if you decide you want to be, if you want to take a play off, whatever, that dude will take your spot. So, I mean, is that something you're probably going to harp on this year when kids start coming in being like, you better be ready to compete? Because if you're not ready to compete, you're not built for this.
Absolutely. So, sales pitch on Sundays, we do visits for new players. This past Sunday, we had 17 visits come through. I was there from 9 in the morning till 6, 7 o'clock at night, right? We space them out. Brutal day, but worth it. So absolutely, I've told everybody that. I've seen it. It's a good thing, right? It's a good thing. But again, like you said, it's something we definitely make everybody aware of it.
Yeah.
The handling of egos, right? And kids are kids, right? And you're going to have kids with big heads, whether, like you said earlier, whether you're at Hayfield, whether you're at South County, North Stafford, or St. Francis, right? I mean, all kids are going to have egos. But there's something to be said for starting from the ground, right? And now, 4 months later, from July to the end of the season, these guys are walking around like, oh man, they were the talk of the town. They were the toast of the town in Northern Virginia. So that's got to be something. I mean, for you guys also, now you guys are putting out, all right, cool down over there, right? You get relaxed, guys. Or is it the same? Is it the same as it always was anywhere else?
Well, for the team or for individuals?
Individually, probably.
Well, so I'm gonna say this, right? So it's hard to have a big ego here, and because somebody on the other side of the ball in practice going to humble you. Like again, you might think that until you line up, and the other D1 player on the other side of the ball is like, "Hold on, buddy, not so fast. I'm pretty good too, right?" It's not like you're out there every day blurring over top of the scout team guy. You know what I mean? So that helps with that.
How about team-wise? Like, because the team did see a lot of growth from beginning to end.
True, and we were in a good place. And then, like you said, St. Francis says, "Hold up, let me show you this big belt. You got a little bit more room to go," right? So, like you said, in this environment, right, you're gonna get humbled. You think Bryce Young wasn't humble every day at Alabama practice with the people trying to tackle him and the people he was going against? He was humble. Like the environment demands it. You can't get big-headed. When you're surrounded by talent, you can't. I mean, you just can't. But like you said, the game that we all love will humble you no matter what.
So you talked a little about next season. Just kind of touch on that. So you said kind of where you're going to go to. I know this season you guys were technically not in that league.
Right.
Are you guys now in that league starting next year?
So, the first year is probation. In March, all those wheels are turned. Okay. I would like to still be a part of the private league. When you talk about Vista, we were a part of the East Coast Prep, which is why we played LSA, Hewlett, Clarkson North, because Puerto Rico. Yeah. Because those guys gave me games and I didn't have anything. Yeah. So I was appreciative to them for that. But that's the plan.
Okay. Anyone else you guys reached out to play? Like obviously the first game with, and I'd imagine that might be nationally televised because usually Mater Dei plays their first game on.
Yeah, and that's the other question everyone's asking: who else are they playing, or who else are they thinking about playing? So let's hear it. What do you got?
We're gonna play St. Francis.
Okay.
I know through the guy who kind of sets up all these national games is Prep Gridiron. Like he puts out a
Yeah.
spreadsheet and it has like dates. I know he said something about IMG be interested in playing this year. So I'm gonna tell y'all like this: I don't care if I play IMG Mater Dei and St. Francis. I could play 3 home church schools after that.
Well, be careful. Don't beat up IMG two bags. They'll never play you again because
No,
they'll run from
you
you.
you know this, right? I don't think it's running. You know this. Money make the world go round. Just know that.
And I'm sure maybe IMG may hear this, but they won't go play Mater Dei anymore because it's bad for their brand. Because they played them twice, they got beat twice, and they're like, yeah, we're I mean, look what the St. France thing. Like they don't like that too much. They have a brand that they try to hold on to, so be careful. I mean, which I'm more like, I mean, after the season you guys had this year, I'd imagine you guys would be just fine against them.
We're gonna look. We're gonna line up and see
Yeah.
if it comes to fruition.
All right, so on that note, right? So you got you just threw out 3 heavy hitters possibly in the schedule next year, which I love. Now, how about any big changes on the horizon in general for the upcoming season?
Changes to the schedule.
Just big changes, like the
Um,
kind of thing that people are going to notice right away.
well, I think like you said, one that we're gonna have 2 teams. That'll be a big change.
That's a big change. Yeah.
That's a huge deal. The other big change, I think that you're gonna see a shift in branding. Um, there's gonna be a big thing come down with our group, not just football, our school with Nike. I think.
Oh wow,
Yeah.
that's exciting.
That could be exciting, and maybe like a DMV type. Like I could kind of see that coming. Like
It's gonna be a big thing.
I
That's all
see
I can
that. I
say
can
to
see
you.
that. I see that in your eyes right there. I like that. I like that. I think that's needed in this area.
Gonna be a big thing.
Right.
On top of, like you said, I just think we want to continue to keep that hometown feel as well, right? We don't want a bunch of out of town people that nobody knows around here and nobody want to come see.
Yeah.
I
So
love
this off season, I know you have some things planned in the works. Now, I don't know if you want to talk about the Senior Bowl that you guys may possibly
Yeah.
put on this year.
Okay, so the Senior Bowl will take place. We kind of talked about this. We will start sending out the nomination form this Friday, and then we will announce the teams hopefully on all hitches.
Hey,
Oh
hey now,
wow!
look at that. Breaking news that we didn't
Um,
even know was coming. I love it.
the head coach for Virginia will be Coach Counts at Madison,
Oh wow!
right? And the head coach for the Maryland team will be Coach Bink out of Dunbar, DC.
Hey.
So again, right? We'll do the naming of the teams uh, on the show, but we're gonna send out the live document, and I'll send it to you guys. So the next time you guys go, you can kind of put it. You can put it out there too, and then we can kind of do a full deal spill with huddle highlights of the guys, all that when we get to it. If you
Oh,
guys
man.
want to.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
awesome. Oh wow!
That's a winning idea. I love it. That is fantastic. So that was the other thing. Right? We certain things on the list, and Senior Bowl was one of them. You didn't disappoint with that one. I'm excited about that. And now this Senior Bowl, just so we get the criteria down for people who are watching this, who are checking their inbox now every 2 seconds for the next week, is that how did you is it DMV, Northern Virginia, like what players were they from?
Everywhere. I've talked to Coach about this, ironically, last year, but we're going to try to get coaches from Richmond, one at least, 757 to come help be a part of it no matter what. But yeah, Maryland, DC, we've let choose which team they want to play on in the past. But again, Coach Bink is from Dunbar in Washington, D.C. So obviously guys can play there. But yep, all of Virginia, Northern Virginia,
All of Virginia,
Southwest Virginia,
Okay.
everybody's welcome. Come on.
Okay. I
Yeah,
love it.
that's really cool that you were able to get those coaches together too. I mean, for you could
Yeah.
kind of build some bridges and kind of get those guys on with you. And I know you've been a fan of Coach Counts for a while. I know you said Coach Counts play anybody, anytime, anywhere from Madison. He ain't scared. So I mean that's
Absolutely.
awesome that you're able to build those bridges with those guys.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I love it, man. I love it. Now, in the off, well, I guess off season. Now we talk about after Senior Bowl, afterwards, everyone's at their gingerbread houses and all that stuff. Digest the turkey and the ham and all that after the holidays. 7-on-7s. I know we were talking about maybe doing something. What do you got cooking there?
So again, we're going to do 7-on-7 still as PME because I don't want it to be about St. James. I want people, because we've had everybody play with us, like we talked about. I would like to put together a 7-on-7 league for all the Northern Region teams. Through with you guys, all Hitches. Again, St. James won't play in it. It'll just be kind of for Northern Region teams have somewhere to do it. And again, like you said, I want to do that, guys, with you. We're doing something for Prep Red Zone in January. I believe it's the 24th as well. So again, like you said, I know I'm St. James and people make you think I'm the boogeyman, but I'm all for all the kids in our area, right? So even if it doesn't, necessarily benefit my kids, I'm willing to do it. You guys see on Twitter, right? Tons of kids tag me that don't even play for me,
Yeah.
right? And I'm gonna always support young people, right? And again, it's not about high school, like you said. I coached 8U football, right? My 8U PME team won state championship last year last week with a chance now to go to nationals, right? So I love the game. I love being impactful with young people. I know that. So again, anything to help our area, kids, I'm with it. And so is the St. James.
That's
I
awesome.
love it. I love it. What I didn't ask you that I meant to earlier. Middle school, is that something that for next year that you want to do
Yes.
the league?
So let me say this last but not least. We will play middle school games. Our ownership reached out to DCIA public schools, AA public schools, and they will approve us to play any of the middle schools in DC for games. So that was a blessing, a great thing. So, you got a lot of the top teams in middle school in the country. How they rank them, I don't know. Are right in DC, Johnson, and some of those schools. So, absolutely.
Oh, so was that an impotent last year? Was the fact that like
Yeah,
you had
just
you had the
games.
guys, but you couldn't get the opponents?
Couldn't get games. So it
Okay.
kind of deferred all those guys that playing PME.
Right.
Some played Braddock Road and Fairfax County Youth Club teams, but they got to practice with us every day and stuff. So, yeah,
Okay, good. So middle school going on next year too.
absolutely.
Okay, cool. All right, that's awesome.
Actually, I have some questions kind of off. I mean, football related wise. You're a Virginia guy. What do you think about James Franklin coming to Virginia Tech?
Well, I knew that 3 weeks ago.
You seem to
So
know a lot of stuff before everybody else does.
it's a it's a it's a
Oh, I
it's a
forget.
great
Yeah,
thing.
you definitely knew. I forgot. It just dawned on me. Yeah, of course.
It's a great thing. So again, my nephew's there, state school, got a lot of great people that coach there that I like now. Hopefully, some of them are still around. But again, it's great for our state school. It's also great that UVA is good and Coach Elliott is doing a great job. I got Cam Courtney there, so things are looking great for our two big universities in VA. So that just I think that's good for everybody.
And Coach Franklin's done a really good job recruiting the area. He's done really well recruiting the Virginia Maryland area. He seems done really well the last few years.
He can recruit anywhere, so it's gonna be trouble.
Yeah, that's the one thing. Just talking to people, right? I mean, the few people that I know that went to Penn State that he was recruited, they loved him. Everyone loves him. Families love him. The moms love him.
Say the name. Go ahead.
What's that? You know how it is.
I do.
Dash is always
Absolutely.
saying what people told me. But no,
Anyway,
I think that, I mean, that's kind of like people say, yeah, tell us something we don't know. Everyone says that about him, right? Everyone says,
yeah, he's a great guy from what I've seen. My connection to Penn State was Coach Poindexter, though. That's my guy, and Coach
Okay.
Hagens. Coach Juju Snyder was there, but now he went to Notre Dame, right? those were the guys I were close with and would communicate with and stuff with Penn State. But every time I've met Coach Frank, and when he came to Freedom, I think he came to St. James. He did come to St. James last year. He's an awesome guy. He got one of those personalities. So again, awesome thing.
Yeah.
Good. You getting ready to load up on the 7-on-7 season? Are you already with your guys? I know you got stuff at St. James, but you're already starting to.
Now, how far do you guys go all over the place or no?
What, PME?
For you, no, for you, like
for
for
St. James.
your guys. What do you
Well,
guys?
St. James, once we transition, if you look at the college year, we kind of start being St. James in June when the college camps open up, right? Remember, we went and we won UVA, we won Delaware. Well, we didn't win Delaware, so we won Penn State, we went to Tech. So we'll kind of transition to college 7-on-7s at St. James only.
Wow, I didn't know that.
Yeah, in June, but we'll be PME through the spring. Again, I don't ever want kids to feel some type of way when they got to go back to their school and the coach like, why you playing with St. James? So we'll keep St. James separate, and we'll just do PME. So, everybody who played will tell you they had a great time and how much it helped them, like going around playing against the best of the best.
Yeah, it also helps. You got. I was talking today to Mesa, and we're kind of looking at the roster. You guys, and I mean, you guys are bringing back key guys. I mean, talk about a difference from a year ago. Jeez.
Yeah, true. Like you said, we feel blessed about what we got. Like you said, all this recruiting is good, but every day, Monday through Thursday, 2 to 4, we right there developing talent like everybody else. Doing indie with guys, that's it, for 40 minutes, right? Just working on your craft, working on the guys that we already have to get better. I think that's a great thing coming from public school and youth is we've been coaching and been having to develop outside of what people think. Like I said, all the good talent we had at Freedom in Hayfield, all those guys came in as ninth graders. You just saw them develop into that. You didn't see them before that, like you said. So I'm all for it. I'm appreciative of it. And like you said, it's going to be a good thing.
Yeah, man, that's good stuff. Look, we appreciate you coming on today, man. We really do. I know it's a Monday. People are tired. People are watching football. People are doing all this stuff, and here we are doing our talks. I appreciate it.
Man, I appreciate y'all. Again, support who supports you. Everybody watching, like, subscribe, share it. Like you said, Nova, all Hitches, we're going to announce Senior Bowl rosters. Also, again, partnering, trying to get the 7-on-7 going in this early part of the spring for the northern region, all the northern region teams. And again, like you said, keep supporting these guys and everything they do.
You heard the man.
You sell the show better than we do.
That's right.
We never remember saying like and subscribe. We never remember saying that.
So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to clip that and then just have that be our closer from now on. I'll start off with my ad for VA Football Academy, and then I'll end it with Coach D.O. No, man, we really do appreciate it, man. And good luck this offseason. Obviously, we're going to talk very soon about stuff. But as far as St. James and football stuff goes, good luck and keep doing your guys' thing. Nova was behind you guys. It was fun to watch.
I appreciate you. Put all that Raiders stuff up.
That's messed up, man. I'm having a rough season. All right, we'll talk soon.
All right, brother. Appreciate y'all.
Now that was a good interview. And did we lie? We didn't lie. Breaking news, my friend.
Yeah, the announcement of the Virginia versus Maryland Senior Bowl is going to be brought to you live. Maybe not live. Maybe we could do it
push
live.
For live. We'll talk to him about live.
Yeah, for the Senior Bowl taking place at the St. James.
I mean, this is our moment to be like, we could play the NFL draft music.
We could.
And it could be Roger Goodell. We get people to throw stuff at us.
Yeah.
Right? You got to be like, what was the bald guy's name that in the for not Mean Gene, but the other guy, Finkel, the Fink. Howard Finkel.
Yeah. Thought you were going to say Lord Alfred Hayes.
Lord Alfred Hayes. This show is brought to you by, or what did he say? Paid by the consideration of, and he'd say the deodorant name or whatever.
Yeah. Good
stuff. But we're gonna have our chance. You always wanted to beat Dick Clark. This is your chance to beat Dick Clark.
There you go. With the great Coach Counts coaching the Virginia team.
How cool is that? Coach Counts, freaking just a stalwart. I mean, freaking one of the top coaches in Nova.
Yeah.
You got, coach of Dunbar,
Yeah.
coaching the Maryland side. I love it, man. Yeah, you're talking about let's go. Good old fashioned Donnybrook, obviously for, posterity and all that good stuff. But, pride, right?
Yeah.
Virginia versus Maryland, all that good stuff. And if I'm not mistaken, Maryland's got the better of them the last couple of years.
I think so. But yeah, great interview with Coach Overton.
Yeah, how about we talk about Mater Dei, IMG maybe?
Yeah, lots of insight. No, exciting stuff going on with the St. James. Exciting stuff he's got going on over there as well.
Yeah, I mean, you said IMG, maybe Mater Dei, maybe IMG,
And St. Francis.
Yeah, adding another team.
Yeah.
Right, blue gray.
Oh, adding that second team. Yeah.
Right. Playing a middle school schedule next year. Just all that stuff, man. It's going to be good stuff. And we start off the offseason with Senior Bowl. And then the 7-on-7s. How about a good old-fashioned Nova 7-on-7? When you first moved here from California.
Yeah.
I was COVID, though. Were we doing – was that St. James?
We were, but we were not allowed to coach in that. At least we weren't allowed to coach.
Yeah, those are the old rules.
And then we spent 2 years going there. We spent 2 years going to St. James.
See, when they first started doing that, like in the late 2000 teens, it was just been built.
Yeah.
I love that league. It was like in February, March. There was nothing else going on in February.
Yeah.
Kind of a dead time, and you go over there and your kids get some reps in. You play a little bit, have some fun, right? Shake some hands, kiss some babies.
Nice and warm, where it's not because
right.
Yeah.
Now 20 degrees like it is in February around here.
Yeah.
So the 7-on-7 league coming back. I love it, man. I love it. Great interview, good stuff. So I think everyone's going to find something they like out of this one.
I agree.
All right, buddy. Well, we got a big preview show coming out soon.
We do got a preview.
Might be already out, and if it is already out, you not only need to listen to this interview, but you got to go click on the other one, which is the preview show for the big playoff games.
Yeah. Yeah.
And subscribe. You heard what Dio said. He said subscribe.
Subscribe. Like, subscribe.
Like, subscribe, share with a friend, share with an enemy, share with a neighbor. All right. Well, buddy, I'll see you in a couple short days, man.
Yeah.
Or maybe at work.
Probably.
All right. Well, from all Hitches, Dash and Dan, we'll see you next time.
See ya.